For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. Right? This is what the Most High told you not to keep. Read.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
With the axe. When you were little or as an adult now. Not so much now because the trees are fabricated and fake and already set up for you. But as a child, you would go to Christmas tree where they keep all the Christmas trees. They're already cut and you have to fasten them with what? Go ahead, read.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Deck it with silver and gold. Right now, what you use are ornaments of different colors, but you can see the sparkling silver and the sparkling gold. Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
They fasten it with nails and hammers. When you set up a tree that is cut from the forest, you fasten it with nails and hammers. You step into a lion. I defend this word. All right, shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. We're out here to wake up our people, to bid them that what they're celebrating, these feasts that they're celebrating, are not of God, right? These things that we are accustomed to celebrating are those that our oppressors gave to us.
Teacher.
Give me the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 2. Jeremiah 10 and 2.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2.
And these are the things that we have to examine. If you say you're a follower of this book, you have to examine it in its entirety.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you.
Who?
Unto you, O house of Israel.
Who?
O house of Israel.
Read.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, the zodiac signs, things of that sort. Be not dismayed because the heathens are dismayed at that. The sun, the moon, eclipses, things of that sort. Read.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
For what?
For the customs of the people are vain.
These customs that these people are keeping are vain to the Most High God. Read.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Stop. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. Right? This is what the Most High told you not to keep. Read.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
With the axe. When you were little or as an adult now. Not so much now because the trees are fabricated and fake and already set up for you. But as a child, you would go to Christmas tree where they keep all the Christmas trees. They're already cut and you have to fasten them with what? Go ahead, read.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
They deck it with silver and gold. Right now, what you use are ornaments of different colors, but you can see the sparkling silver and the sparkling gold. Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
They fasten it with nails and hammers. When you set up a tree that is cut from the forest, you fasten it with nails and hammers. This is what the Most High told you not to keep.
God.
These wicked holidays. You're in the land of your oppressors and you don't even know it. Right? You glorify yourselves in these holidays. You love these holidays. But then you want to sit around saying that you love the Most High God. You mean Amos chapter 5 and verse 21.
Amos chapter 5 verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Say that again.
I despise your feast days.
Thus saith the Lord. The Most High hates and despises these feast days that you're keeping. This is not of the Most High. This isn't of Christ. Why? Christ was born in winter, so-called. Absolutely not. Was not born in winter. Right? There are things in the Bible that'll tell you when Christ was born. There are things in the Bible that tell you, do not celebrate these things. They are wicked. Read that.
St. Luke chapter 2 verse 41. Now his parents went up to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
The feast of the Passover. Read.
And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
After the customs of the feast. He's telling you what customs are to be kept. Right? Give me Jeremiah 44 and 2. Because these things are idolatry. You don't even know what you're celebrating. They have it set up so nice. So when you celebrate it, you don't even know what you're doing. When you have a Christmas tree in your house, there's a reason why they have you put Christmas presents at the bottom. The Christmas tree is your idol.
Bring it out.
When you go to open your Christmas presents, what are you doing? Kneeling in front of a tree, not even knowing it. Read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem.
Read that again.
Ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem.
But God does all good. Right here he's saying he brought evil against Jerusalem. Read.
Ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem and upon all the cities of Judah.
Read.
And behold, this day they are a desolation, and no man dwelleth therein.
That's what the Most High is like when you disobey him. When you don't follow his commandments, when you do things contrary to what he tells you to do, just like he told you not to celebrate these feast days. You have your own. You have Passover, Feast of First Fruits, Passover, Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles. All of these are what the Most High has given to you. Read.
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form the light and create darkness.
I form the light and create darkness. Read.
I make peace and create evil.
He does what?
I make peace and create evil.
Read.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
Read. No, repeat that.
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
I make peace and create evil. But the Most High is all good, right? Read.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
He does all these things, evil and good, like you have no idea. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 44 verse 3. Because of their wickedness.
Because of what?
Because of their wickedness.
Because of your wickedness. Read.
Which they have committed to provoke me to anger.
To provoke the Most High to anger, you have to do an amount of wickedness to provoke him to evil. Read.
In that they went to burn incense and to serve other gods.
And to what?
And to serve other gods.
And to serve other gods. Easter, Christmas, all these wicked holidays, Halloween, you want to serve other gods. Read.
Whom they knew not.
Who you knew not. Back in the days of our forefathers, we wanted to go into idolatry, serving these other gods who we did not even know. These dumb idols that didn't talk nor speak, or didn't talk nor can show any type of power that the Most High can show. Read.
Bring it out. Neither they, ye, nor your fathers. Verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets.
All his servants the prophets he sent. Read.
Rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
The prophets are out just in this day. The prophets are out just like they were in the old, telling our people not to do this wickedness, not to celebrate these holidays, to come back to the Most High and keep the law, which Christian churches will tell you is done away with. Right? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers.
But your eyes shall see your teachers all throughout the world, and especially in America. You will see our Israelite brothers on the corners preaching this word, warning our people of destruction that's coming to America.
God. Verse 21. And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it.
This is the way, walk ye in it. What is the way? Keeping God's commandments. Read.
When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left.
Anywhere you turn, you keep these laws. You got another precept?
No, that's it.
All right, give me Exodus chapter 34. Start at 10.
Exodus 34:10.
Exodus 34:10. Because we're going to show you what the price of idolatry is. This is what we're going to show you. When the Most High brought our people out of Egypt, right? We still wanted to idolize the golden calves and things of that sort. When he showed his power, we were still wicked and rebellious, just like we are today. Read.
Exodus chapter 34, verse 10. And he said, behold, I make a covenant. Before all thy people, I will do marvels.
He made a covenant before all of Israel to do marvels. Read.
Such have not been done in all the earth.
Such as not at that time, no one has never seen the marvels of God. Read.
Nor in any nation.
Read.
And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Lord.
All people shall see the work of the Most High God back in those days, which has never been seen. Read.
For it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee.
It is a terrible thing, not a good thing. Not God is all good. God is nothing but love. He says he will do what?
For it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee.
Read.
Verse 11. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorite and the Canaanite.
So he's driving, the Most High is driving out different nations, but God is for everybody. Read.
And the Hittite.
And the Hittites. Read.
And the Perizzites.
And the Perizzites. Read.
And the Hivite.
Read.
And the Jebusite.
All those nations the Most High drove out and did terrible things to.
That's right.
This proves that the Most High is not for everybody. He's only for the nation of Israel. Read.
Verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land.
The Most High telling Israel to take heed. Look yourself in the mirror and remember the covenant that he's made with you. Read.
Take heed, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whether thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee.
Read.
Verse 13. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves.
This is what the Most High instructed us to do. Break the altars. Destroy all their images and their gods. Because they are all false. There's only one true.
Got a precept.
Got a precept?
Come.
We have to stop doing this every single year. No one wants to dig into the Bible and really search the Most High. Read.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Our weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You have a question?
What's this about? It's about that we
Hold on,
these
brother.
people,
Hold on.
they keep this.
These are the 12 tribes, right, that come out of the Bible. Jacob had 12 sons. These are the patriarchs of those tribes, right? The ones at the bottom are what they would call the lost 10 tribes. right? It shows how they got here in the Bible. They took out some Bibles to hide that history, right? That's why most Hispanics don't know where they come from. Most Indians don't know that they're the children of Israel.
That's right.
Right? Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 13.
2 chapter 13.
What we're teaching, and we started 40. So I want to show you basically how the Hispanics. You can stand right here.
No, you're good, brother. You're good, man.
You could. I want to just show you how those bottom 10 tribes, how they got over here.
How they got to the Americas.
So go ahead and read that.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea.
So in the time of Hosea the king, the Israelites were carried out of their land, right, into captivity. Whenever we go into captivity in the Bible, it's because we're not keeping God's commandments and we're going off celebrating Christmas like this, right? This is a captivity if you hadn't known. Read that.
Whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. And so they came into another land.
So they came into another land. During this time, there was only 3 parts of the world: Asia, Europe, and Africa. There was no one knew of the Americas. Read.
Verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
So they took counsel within themselves. Anyone who's not the nation of Israel are considered as heathens in the Bible. Read.
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go further into another country where never mankind dwelt.
Well, never mankind dwelt. This is called the 4th part of the world in this time. Because nobody dwelt there. Read.
Verse 42. That they might there guard their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
See, it goes into us, those tribes not keeping the customs, keeping Sabbath, keeping the commandments as a whole. The first 5 books of the Bible, they weren't keeping in their own land. So they said, we're going to take a boat, we're going to go into this land, and we're going to keep our commandments. Read.
Verse 43. And they entered in through the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river.
So where Assyria is up by, I believe it's the Red Sea, right? I'm going to give you a picture. So right here, we were in captivity up here, right? We took this passage here, or you guys took this passage here, you came down here, and you ended up here, right? Read.
Verse 44. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood, till they were passed over.
So the Most High, the waves going through that passage, it will get wavy. The Most High held still the floods and showed signs. So how they navigated over here were the stars. The Mayan people are known, and the Aztecs are known for knowing how to calculate time by using the stars, the moons, and things like that, right? Read.
Verse 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
It took them a year and a half to get there.
And the same region is called Arsareth.
And the same reason it's called Arsareth. Stop right there, read that.
This is from the Jewish Encyclopedia.
This is from the Jewish Encyclopedia. Read.
Arsareth, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration.
So we went over that, right, in the Bible. We went over that they were reserved, they would be there for the time of the restoration. What that means until the last days. You're going to be there observing and doing the commandments, right?
According to 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40.
So it's bringing out the Bible verse we just went through. Read.
Columbus identified America with this land.
Columbus identified America with this land.
Why do you wish to sail west?
To open a new route to Asia. Asia is the richest kingdom, the land of spices and gold. At the moment, there are only 2 ways of reaching it. By sea, sailing around the African continent. The journey takes a year. or by land. But the Turks have closed this road to all Christians. There is a third way. By sailing west across the ocean sea.
The distance is unknown. It's said to be infinite.
Superstition. I believe the Indies are no more than 750 leagues west of the Canary Islands.
How can you be so certain?
The calculations of Toscanelli, Marin de Tir, Esdras.
Esdras is a Jew.
Esdras
is a Jew.
So what's worse?
2 minutes, and already you're a dead man.
For telling the truth?
Yes. We are burning people for less.
For telling the truth?
Yes. We are burning people for less.
Right? So this is how you guys got here. No one, when I ask Hispanics how did they get here, they can't tell me. Right? They don't even know to go back to the Mayas, the Incas, the Aztecs, and things like that. Right? You always have to search back further from what you think you are. Right? Because you were oppressed by the conquistadors. And they gave you what? Religion and a new name. Just like with my people. We were given a religion and a new name, right? My people are calling themselves black. My shirt is black. I'm brown. We don't have a nationality. We don't have a heritage. I can't say I want to go back home because I don't have a land to go to, right? So anytime a oppressor conquers a nation, he gives you two things: religion and a new name, right? So you got to search it out. You're a king on this earth. You know what I mean? If you're from these tribes, you're a king on this earth. You're a chosen people. Give me Deuteronomy 76.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Wait, read that again. Hold on. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
You know what holy means? All it means is just to be separate from what everybody else is doing, right? So if you're an example, we're being separate from what everybody else is doing. We're telling them that this is not the way to go. So we're being holy, right?
Here we go. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. Unto
the Lord, go ahead.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
For he is holy. He's separate. He doesn't acknowledge any of this. He only acknowledges what he gives to his people. Read.
And have severed you from other people.
And have what?
And have severed you from other people.
So he's taking you out and saying, you're mine. Don't do what all these people are doing, because I've severed you from them. Read.
That ye should be mine.
That ye should be mine. You got anything else?
No, I'm going to go back to Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
All right, finish that off. And then I got one more verse for you. If you have any questions, shoot them, man.
Any questions, brother? No? All right. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
Above all people.
That are upon the face of the earth.
So all the nations, the Arabs, the Chinese, it doesn't matter who you name. Those people on that chart are great. Why are we better in sports? We build countries. We build economic systems, right? My people came over here and gave almost 250 years of slavery, of free work. And look at what's built up. What comes from it, right? When you have slaves and things like that, right? We're a great people, and we're still here. What other people you know can survive a slavery that horrible, right? Continue reading on.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
He didn't choose you. He didn't choose us because we were a great nation of people. Read.
For you were the fewest of all people.
We were the smallest. Read.
Verse 8. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers,
read,
hath the Lord brought thee out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage,
So I'm going to give you some characteristics in the Bible that proves you're, what are you, Mexican?
Yeah.
All right, you would be from the tribe of Issachar.
That's right.
I'm going to show you in the Bible. Give me Genesis 49 and 1.
Genesis 49 and
Genesis 49 and 1.
1.
I'm going to show you some characteristics that you may be able to relate to.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
All right, go to 14.
Verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass, crouching down between two burdens.
Crouching down in between two burdens. Where's Mexico? It's in between what? North America and South America. So you're crouching down in between two burdens, right? Read.
Verse 15. And he saw that the rest was good.
Stop right there. When Mexicans work, right? And they take a nap, what is that called? Siesta,
Es una siesta.
right? Read.
And he saw that the rest was good.
Saw that the rest was good. Go ahead, read.
And the land that it was pleasant.
And the land that it was pleasant. If you look at Mexico right now, it's a pleasant land. It's a fruitful land. There's vacation, tons of vacation spots, right? So that's where they made their kingdom at, right? Read.
And bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
So I want to read one more thing. Start at Mexico.
Mexico is one of the world's favorite vacation spots because of the beautiful weather and wonderful sights. And bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
And became a servant unto tribute, right? So this is in the Bible saying that you bowed your head and became a servant unto tribute, right? Mexicans work the hardest jobs for the cheapest compensation, right? Read.
Issaachar bowed the shoulder to bear, meaning serve. In 1540, Hernán Cortés, a conquistador from Spain, had 27,000 Aztec slaves.
27,000 Aztec slaves. That's who you derive from. Read.
While the notoriously cruel Alvarado had 20,000.
Two conquistadors. That many Aztec slaves. Read.
In total, the 30 highest ranking conquistadores claimed 180,000 Mexican slaves who were forced to pay tributes of gold, silver, herbs, and spices.
Now, that is a prophecy that was given to you in Genesis. Jacob gave all prophecies to his son. That was given to Issachar, saying that you're going to serve your enemies, who are the conquistadors. You mined gold and silver and herbs and gave it all to them, right? Just like in the jobs that Mexicans do now. You do all the work and they give you nothing, little to nothing for it, right? So that's proof of who you are. You're an Issaharite, king. All right? You got a flyer? You got any questions? All right, man. Stay up, king. Look into the information.